10 years ago, Bryan Johnson sold his e-commerce company, Braintree, for $800 million. Now, he's spending most of that fortune on the hunt for eternal youth. And he's the guinea pig.
This one is metformin for longevity purposes.
In 5 years, Bryan transformed from this to this. But defying death doesn't come easy. His daily routine, called Blueprint, starts at 4:30 a.m. He's on a vegan diet with the last meal for the day at 11 a.m. Then there are 111 vitamins and bedtime by 8:30 sharp.
It keeps my complexion clear.
Bryan spoke to us from Los Angeles in his Don't Die t-shirt.
If you think about it, every day we play this game, Don't Die. We look both ways before we cross the street. We buckle our seatbelt. So we do things to not die all day long. And the future is just getting really, really, really good at not dying.
Bryan, how old are you?
That's such a complicated question. I mean, I left my mother's womb 46 years ago, but my left ear is 64, my heart is 37, and my diaphragm is 18.
How old do you actually feel?
I mean, I can tell you that when I hang out with my boys who are 18 and 20 and their friends, I can beat almost all of them at almost everything we do. So I've never been this flexible. My cardiovascular capacity is in the top 1.5% of 18-year-olds. So, I mean, I really do feel phenomenal, and all of my data supports that.
So you will live forever. Is that even possible?
We figured out that for the history of Homo sapiens, death has been inevitable. But right now, we're baby steps away from superintelligence, and death may not be. We just don't know how long and how well we can live. And so the rallying cry for the 21st century is don't die. Don't die individually, don't kill each other, don't kill the planet, and build safe and benevolent AI. It is what you do when you have the power of gods at your fingertips.
What do you eat in a day? Is it boring stuff?
For breakfast, for example, I have broccoli, cauliflower, black lentils, ginger, garlic, and hemp seeds. For my second meal, I have macadamia nuts, walnuts, flaxseed, pomegranate juice, some pea protein, and some berries. And the final meal of the day, I have some vegetables. And because it's a strict diet, I enjoy my food now than I ever have in my entire life.
Surely you must have cheat days. Don't you ever crave a donut or a pizza or a burger?
Oh, that's so awful. Like, to eat a donut, that just sounds awful. I would be sick for a day.
In May, Bryan received a blood plasma transfusion from his teenage son in a bid to turn back the clock.
I never imagined in my entire life this kind of relationship with my child.
I should probably clarify up front that, a lot of people think that he's kept in a dungeon that's 10 by 10. It's actually 8 by 8. So yes, I received a liter of plasma from my son. He's 17 years old. I gave a liter of my plasma to my dad. My dad's 70 years old, and he's beginning to experience cognitive decline. And so while the plasma had no effect in me, it dramatically slowed his speed of aging, significantly.
But perhaps most shocking of all, literally, is the shockwave treatment Bryan gets to rejuvenate his penis.
When you do a whole body rejuvenation, you don't want just a young heart and a young cardiovascular system. You want a young everything. And so my scores on sexual performance were actually all 100%. I don't have any sexual dysfunction. The question is, could we enhance it?
You are single at the moment, but you are dating. How does your lifestyle affect your dating life?
Well, I've been taking this approach where when I go on a date, I say, just so you know, I'm gonna tell you 10 reasons why you're gonna hate me in 6 months' time. I'm kind of a peculiar person, and I think it's probably gonna take someone maybe equally peculiar, maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
Finally, Bryan, what would be the #1 thing to take away in order to not die?
Get consistent, high-quality sleep. Your bedtime is your most important appointment for the entire day. Don't be late, don't miss it. Nothing changes our consciousness as much as our sleep. We all know this. We sleep poorly and it's awful. We sleep well and life is amazing.
All right, I've just got to get my 5- and 7-year-old boys on board. Thank you so much, Bryan Johnson, for the chat. You've been wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Can you believe he's not single? He's single, I should say.
He's an interesting unit. I also see he's got the maturity of a 15-year-old, which is what I love. I'm the best at everything. I'm better than my boys at everything.
But no booze, no coffee, no sugar, no fun. Is it worth living forever if you can't?
Sounds like you're sleeping all day. That's so boring.
Okay, you're just jealous because you work in breakfast radio and he's
And
told
then
you that
do
you
stuff at
break the
night.
#1 rule of wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my penis is haggard. I've been keeping it outside.
Between that
What
and
is he
beer.
doing with it? That's the weirdest bit to me. What's he doing to that? It's in pants all the time. What's he been up to?
I think it's cool what he's doing, you know? I do, because I feel like if he lives longer than anyone else, it'll be scientifically interesting, and if he doesn't, it'll be funny.